The Last of Us Season 2 could be even scarier than the first installment if it capitalizes on something it's already touched upon but then cast aside. If so, then The Last of Us Season 2 cast could be up against an even more challenging fight for survival in the post-apocalyptic wasteland. The addition to the show's lore didn't appear for long, but it needs to come back for the second season of the live-action adaptation of the best-selling game series. Not only would its return be brilliant for the story, but it also makes in-universe sense to return with a vengeance due to a variety of plot factors. As well as finally having all zombie types in the Last of Us games make the jump to live-action, the upcoming season could also improve the show in other ways. There have already been various changes between the games and the TV show, and most have been to accommodate the change in medium or to flesh out the world of The Last of Us even further. However, certain additions to the TV show have been original ideas that never existed in the games, and one in particular was drastically underused in The Last of Us Season 1. The Last of Us Season 1 quickly forgot about the underground cordyceps network. Tess' explanation made it seem like the network would be a big part of The Last of Us Season 1. In The Last of Us Season 1, Episode 2, Infected, the show introduces an underground network of interconnected fungi that, if stood on, can alert nearby infected to a human's presence. Speaking of the network, Tess tells Ellie, the fungus also grows underground. Long fibers like wires, some of them stretching over a mile. The concept is brilliantly described and a well-thought-out part of the show's lore. However, the issue is that the cordyceps network is only referenced and shown in the early episodes of The Last of Us Season 1. After that, it never rears its head again. The omission of the network beyond Season 1's early stages is a huge shame. One of The Last of Us Season 1's biggest criticisms was that the number of infected in the show was a little on the low side. Although the story is undeniably a character-led affair, it'd be ridiculous to claim that the presence of the infected wasn't also a huge part of the franchise's appeal. The cordyceps network is only referenced and shown in the early episodes of The Last of Us Season 1. After that, it never rears its head again. Even if The Last of Us Season 1 zombie count remained the same, having the underground cordyceps network remaining as a notable part of the equation would have increased the tension and made it seem as if Joel and Ellie could be swarmed at any moment. So, The Last of Us Season 2 needs to correct the mistakes of its predecessor by paying the excellent plot device more attention. The underground cordyceps network helped set The Last of Us TV show apart from the game. The network doesn't appear in either of the two The Last of Us games.